At the mention of catfish, what comes to most people's minds is catfish pepper soup or grilled fish. Let's make something different today. From the title, we'll be making some catfish suya, and we'll be using some vegetable oils and some SUYA Spice from our last video. So all I'll be doing now is to fillet the catfish, and by filleting I mean cutting the catfish along the bone line. I'll be doing that carefully so as not to cut deep into the bone, making sure I get as much flesh as possible away from the bone. Just watch and see. And while replicating this, you have to be really careful because this can be really dangerous, so you have to be very careful. And bear in mind, I have washed the catfish thoroughly with some salt. You can use some lime as well. Tell me in the comment section, how do you wash your catfish? I did wash this one with some salt and it worked. So after washing that, you clean that thoroughly with some paper towel to make sure there's no excess moisture on the catfish so that you can easily manipulate it. I decided to use a large tray to avoid cross contamination, so I'll just do that carefully. So while I'm trying to fillet the fish, I want to welcome you all to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, thank you so much. Please don't leave without subscribing. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for the support always. I really appreciate it. Please leave me a comment, leave me good comments. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share with your friends as well, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So as you can see, I have proceeded in cutting the catfish along the bone line. You can see the bone, so I'll just continue to do that gradually. If you want to replicate this, I advise you use a very sharp knife and use a wide a tray or a wide chopping board, just so you don't to avoid cross contamination. Yeah, so I'll just continue to do that until I get all the flesh that I need. Moving on to the other part of the fish, I will do the same thing I did on the other part of the fish. So I'll just continue to cut across the bone line until I get all the flesh that I need. You can see that I have been able to get the flesh. That is exactly what we are looking for. You just want the flesh. Now you can leave the bone and the head and use it for something else. You can boil it to get your stock from it or any other thing you want to do with it. But now we'll just go ahead and cut the filleted fish into bits. you want to make sure you cut them into bite sizes, one that one can easily bite off the skewers or whatever. Now that we are done with that, I'll just add a little bit of vegetable oil to the fish cut and add a little bit of our SUYA spice and mix all of that together. You can prepare this ahead of time and just marinate it in the fridge for a couple of hours to about a day or so. But on the day I prepared this, I didn't have the luxury of time, so I just quickly prepared it the moment I mixed it. Now I'll be using some metal skewers. You can use some wooden skewers if that is what you have. Now I'll just go ahead and puncture this. You want to be really careful while doing this because the edges of these skewers are really sharp. So I'll just go ahead and fix all the fish in the skewers and we'll proceed from there. I welcome you all once again to my channel. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by, and to my returning subscribers, I always do appreciate your comments, your likes, your shares. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So I'll just continue to line the fish on the skewer, on the metal skewer, until I am able to finish that. As you can see, it looks like it didn't balance well, so I'm trying to do that, and you want to be really careful so as not to injure yourself. The skin turned out tougher than I thought. As you can see, you can see me really struggling here. So yeah, I'll just continue to do that until I am done. Now that we are done putting the catfish on the skewers, I'll go ahead and add some dry SUYA spice on a plate and just dab the catfish on the spice. You would see in a minute. Yeah, that's exactly the way the SUYA sellers would do it. Yes, I'll just dab the spice on the fish and just make it collect as much spice as possible. Once all the catfish have been coated with the SUYA spice, I'll just go ahead and add in some dried SUYA spice into some vegetable oil. I'll mix that and I'll set that aside for later use. You'll see how we'll use this later. Now it is time for us to begin to grill this. I'll be using my halogen oven, so I'll just go ahead and line the fish on the rack, making sure they are not overcrowded. Yes, I'll just cover that now and I'll grill for about 20 minutes, yes, on 200 degrees Celsius. That's what I am doing now. Just set the timer to 20 minutes, 200 degrees Celsius, and I'll begin to grill. Now 10 minutes into the grilling, I'll come and put it off and dab in that SUYA and oil mixture that we made earlier. So I'll just dab that in and make sure all the corners of the fish gets coated with this SUYA spice. Oh god, this catfish SUYA turned out really delicious. I bet you once you try this, you would not want to have your catfish any other way. So I'll just dab all of that in and then I will go ahead and cover and allow it to grill for 10 more minutes. And 10 minutes later, this is our gorgeousness. It turned out really delicious. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I really appreciate your watch, your comments, your likes. Please continue to stay safe, eat healthy, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.